I'm Iliakis, President and CEO of CorneaGen. I've actually been working with CorneaGen and our previous organizations for 30 years. Our mission is to continue to innovate in the cornea space, and kind of one of the bigger highlights now, a great product that we have in our booth right now, our co-inventor Peter Hirsch, Stephen Greenstein, John Gellis, is the CTAK project, Corneal Tissue Addition Keratoplasty. Yeah, CTAK is a different type procedure than your typical keratoplasty. One is focused on keratoconus, so that treatment, which currently can be treated by cross-linking. Ultimately, if it really gets to a certain progression, it's treated by a corneal transplant. But CTAK is use of human tissue, non-immunogenic, sterilized tissue that is customized for the patient's cone and placed in accordance with precision and accuracy based on reading the pentacam scan or any topographical scan. Well, the future CorneaGen is going to be continuing to do things like bringing in a technology like cell therapy, getting it to maturation where it needs to go, bringing in CTAK and getting that to the patients and surgeons, worldwide. Well, I think one, being the largest provider of corneal tissue for transplant, about a quarter of the tissue in the US. That's, we're going to continue doing that and providing grafts for those patients needing sight restoration that have cornea disease. Bringing innovations, we want surgeons to know that we're really a place to come with ideas, a place to come with to get the latest technology and advancements in cornea beyond traditional corneal transplant modalities. Things just like CTAK would be one of those. And then growing into, we'd like glaucoma surgeons to know as well that there's a lot of applications for human tissue to use in that bio-interventional type tissue, using tissue versus a material, which is much more biocompatible for these treatments than cornea and glaucoma. The background of CTAK actually goes back 10 years. There are some analogous procedures, and there's some chatter out there that say that these procedures in 2020 were the first. Actually, Peter Hirsch had this idea and a passion for keratoconus going back to 2015. And now 10 years later, now we actually have launched it almost a year into market. So how do you get started? We have lots of materials on our website. You want to have an introduction to just the general topic of CTAK. So we do a lot of that education through our SPS team that's in the field. And a lot of our training is right here actually in our booth, whether it would be World Cornea Congress here at ASCRS AAO. Our exhibit here has become essentially a training center where we'll train anywhere from 70 to 90 people this meeting alone.